throws a dart in the air. It's a miracle if it lands anywhere. Oh, Gary Baker, you're the worst at darts. Your aim is way off, it's tearing us apart. Quit the game, put down that Soko and Coke. Your drunken throws are nothing but a joke.
Cesspool podcast. I'm Jay Fauss. Got El Tejon. Got Bulldog Baker.
Yes, I'm here. I'm black, I'm bad, I'm mad, I'm sad. I'm one of those. You pick which one.
So we haven't done a show kind of with stories about the bar in a while, because we had Tales of the Bar there for a while, when especially when John was alive, because we did all sorts of stupid shit. But obviously it hasn't stopped. I would say, for me, for whatever reason, I'm a magnet for some dumb shit whenever I go out. I don't know why, because it's not like I'm, super extrovert or nothing when I go out. It's just dumb shit seems to fucking happen, right?
But it could be me, because a lot of the dumb shit happens when you're with me. So it might be that I'm the magnet and you're just collateral damage.
So we were playing Dart League, and this at Jocks, and there was this guy. He was dressed really nice. It was the day of the Chiefs parade, actually. Yeah. So I think that's where he was, and then he went there to drink. Yeah, that would be my guess. After he shot that Mexican DJ.
It wasn't him.
That wasn't him. Oh. But anyway, so when you're playing League and there's one board, and there's a group of people. It's 4-on-4, so there's a lot of people there, and then whatever you bring. And this guy, fucking annoying, like preppy white kid, kept trying to butt into the game. Oh, just let me play one.
Yeah, we were trying to explain to him, we're in the middle of a fucking 15-game league match here. It's going to be an hour.
Yeah, so just, and then he would fuck off for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and he'd come back and be like, oh, let me play. Why don't you let me play? A little bit belligerent, just a little bit annoying. And then he started getting into the playing for money bullshit.
Yeah, I'll play you guys for money. And I was tempted, because I don't play for money with people I like. I only play for money with people I don't like. You
didn't like him?
And I think I can beat. Well, like you said, he kept buttoning. We explained to him about 10 times. Look, we're in the middle of it said there's another board over there, shitty old board, like really shitty. And he said, that one's not working. I'm like, yeah, that's why we're fucking playing here on the one that does work, right? Yeah, but we kept telling him, we're in the middle of a match. Like, literally, we cannot stop the game. It's all pre-programmed in. We cannot stop the game for you to play.
Yeah. So anyway, League ends. He immediately tries to jump in. I don't even know what ended up happening. I think he tried to start playing against somebody and just got fucking tore up or whatever. But you and Zach went to the car, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna piss. I'll meet you out there, right? And you got to understand, it's kind of a hole-in-the-wall bar. The bar is very small, and the pisser's very small. It's one of those.
Oh, it's the definition of a dive bar.
Yeah, I mean, the urinal and the toilet are side by side, and there's no privacy,
and
right?
The door, there's a hook on the door if you need privacy. It's not a bolt or nothing. It's a little fucking fisheye hook. That's it.
But usually, people, you can know if someone's in there because it's like that. I mean, it's that small. So whatever. I get in there, I start pissing. It's no more than 3 seconds. That dude's behind me. And I mean behind me. Right at my back. He's going, oh, hey, man, what's going on? And I look at him, and I go, what the fuck? Right? He's like, what do you got, man? And he starts peering over. He bends down, and now this dude is eye to eye with Russell, the one-eyed muscle.
What kind of
and
weapon
I'm going,
are you carrying?
And I go, what the fuck are you doing, dude? He's like, you got any cocaine? You got any cocaine in here? I'm like, dude, does it look like it, motherfucker?
But what I got from this story is obviously people like to follow Jim into the bathroom. That's what I take from it. Because it happened when you followed him into the bathroom, remember, at the gay bar?
He got assaulted for it.
I don't remember that.
So Jim was in the bathroom with this guy, and all we could hear outside from the car, a good 50 yards away, was oohs and ahs. Somebody was having a good time. So what happened in the bathroom?
Anyway, this fucking weirdo was just staring straight at my dick, wanting cocaine. And I eventually had to do kind of a threat. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. And then I went to the car and I go, what the fuck? what the fuck is this? And that wouldn't be my only adventure at Jocks.
Because that was the first time you'd gone there and remembered it, right? Let's tell that
Yes,
story.
because the very first time I was physically there, I don't remember. I remember I don't even remember what bar we were at.
We were at which one was it? Cronin's? Was that what it's called? It's over there on 87th and well, I don't know why I'm saying it on the podcast. Unless you're in Kansas City, you're not going to know. But
Yeah.
Cronin's, but it was cheap drinks night at Cronin's, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'll just do screwdrivers all night. And Asian bartender, I don't know, does that matter?
No, not unless you're into Asian.
Heavy-handed. I mean, Gary said he saw her pour the drinks
Oh yeah.
like a Shaolin.
But when you have a screwdriver and it's barely fucking orange, something's wrong. She was fucking like.
And Gary was like, I started saying shit to the other team, and you're like,
well, see, I was sober because I'd been in hospital the week before.
yeah.
And the doctors, because I'm fat, doctors have said to me, if you drink again ever, you might die. So I for like a week and a half, I took it seriously, and that league match came in that week. So I was sober, and
And I said, man, I can't. The party's on me, you know what I mean? I had to make up for it.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm gone, and I just remember, and
mid-match you were gone. We were like 8 games in, and I can always tell when Jim's getting too drunk because he gets louder and he gets more aggressive. He literally starts slapping people on the ass, as hard as he can.
That's when you know I'm gone. When I start.
And he was getting loud, and I saw a little bit of that this past week. But anyway, he gets louder, and then he literally starts slapping his friends on the ass to where it fucking hurts.
Friends.
I
mean, that's a telltale sign. I get louder, and I don't know. But, would you rather me being just like a mean, aggressive drunk that's trying to knock people out, or do you want a little ass tap? You know what I'm saying? Just a little ass tap.
So you were wasted. I was sober, and we had Zach with us.
Yeah.
And
so they decide, hey, let's go to other bars.
We're going to go to another bar after the league game. It's only like 9:30 or some shit.
Yeah. So we go to that Jock's place, and I don't make it in. I never made it in. I laid outside by a tree.
Under a tree.
Under a tree.
Now called Jim's tree.
Yeah.
It was cold too. It was like fucking January or something, wasn't it?
It was in the winter.
February.
And so basically what would happen is I would hear what I do remember is like Gary would come out and he'd be like, "Hi, mate, you good, bro?" And I'd be like, "Yeah," And then Zach would come out and be like, "Hey, dude, you good?" I mean, but it was all black for me. I could just hear the fucking voices. But people would come out and check on me.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Because we thought you were going to die.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a sketchy night. And so what was funny about that is like weeks and weeks later, people would come up to me and be like, "Man, are you good?" I'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
People he'd never met.
Yeah.
Because they'd seen him in
Because they happened to be there that night.
Jocks.
They either played league there or whatever, and they'd be like, "Man, my condolences," and I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man? I saw you by that tree." Which is kind of by the road.
Yeah. But, But what happened was me and Zach would be playing a game.
And they could see me.
We could see you outside.
From the front window of the bar.
And then at some point, me and him were in the middle of a game, and I'd be like, we should go check on Jim laying out there in his shorts and T-shirt in like December or some shit.
Yeah.
It was probably low 40s, high 30s in temperature. So anyway, what would happen was me and Zach would be playing and say one of us should go check, and some dude on the other side of the bar that we'd never met said, "Hey, I'll go check on him." So at one point, at least 8 different people, some of which we knew, most of which we didn't, came out to check on you.
I heard so many different voices.
Yeah.
I thought it was the afterlife, to be honest. I was like, man, that's cool.
But the part of the story you missed was you puked in my car.
Yeah.
In my car.
Yeah.
And I have because I sometimes drive Uber, I've got these quart Ziploc bags. And I always tell people, there's a fucking open bag there. I leave them open.
Yeah.
If you need to puke in the bag.
Yeah, a Ziploc bag you can't fit a fucking Pringle into.
It's a quart Ziploc bag. It's like,
Oh no.
it's big enough.
Nah.
So anyway, we're driving. I can see Jim's like eyes are like fucking. I don't know where his eyes are. But anyway, I said, hey, if you need to puke, so I give him the bag. The bag is on his chest, and he pukes.
Yeah.
Nowhere near the bag. Took me a while.
Wasn't a body bag though. It was a small bag.
And I'm sober. I was sober, so I was kind of pissed.
Yeah, no, I would.
I was kind of angry.
Yeah. Misery loves company.
So we stopped at the Quick Trip and we went and got a bunch of fucking wet towels from the bathroom, and I'm there trying to clean up this puke.
I guess that's when Zach was babysitting me through Quick Trip. He's like,
Yeah. I said, Zach, take him into Quick Trip. I had
getting
some
snacks.
fucking baby wipies in the bag. And I'm in there trying to clean up this puke in my car. Yeah, and then we went to Jockson. I'm like, Jim, I'll get you some water inside. He didn't make it inside. So we say, like, you know, the first time you ever went to that bar, you didn't remember it at all because you were outside under the tree.
Yeah.
Jim's tree.
Well, and El Tejon can attest to this. That's not the first time I've been outside a tree.
It is not.
I got drunk here one night, and I just happened to drink fruit punch flavored Steels, and it was just a flavor I'd never tried, right? And I was fucking gone.
Well, you had an entire 6-pack.
Yeah, and I was like face flat inside, right? And I had puked in his toilet. Because his car was locked. Because I was gonna puke in his car.
You got lucky.
Yeah, and so
Puke outside.
I puked in his toilet, but I was face flat. Well, Badger didn't really remember what I was drinking. He thought it was blood. So he comes and runs to me. He's like, dude, are you good? And you're puking blood or whatever. And I was like, so I get up. I'm like, man, I'm good. I walk outside, collapse at the tree right outside here between him and his neighbor. And he would periodically come check on me.
How long were you there for?
Oh, I don't know.
At least an hour.
Yeah, it was like that at Jobs.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I do, you know.
We was there for about an hour, and you were just outside on the ground, in and out of consciousness.
A lot of people say when you die, you're supposed to get back to the earth. So what I do is when I feel like, you know, I'm about to die, I go to the tree. You know what I mean?
But from where we were playing darts, we couldn't see the tree. So at one point, I got you to get up and sit on the bench outside there's a big window at one end of the bar. Like the size of 2 glass doors, like big window. And there's a bench right there, but it's a window. So I got him to sit in the bench, and then like every now and again, at least now I don't have to go out there to see how he's doing. I can just turn around.
But I moved, right?
And then we're playing darts. Suddenly I look around and he's gone. I'm like, oh fuck, where the fuck is Jim gone? So I go outside, and you were on the phone with your wife at that point, I think.
No, okay. Because that's who got me that night, right?
Well, I think I took you back to Danny's,
yeah.
and she picked you up from there.
And she was thrilled, too. We made love a lot that night.
Yeah, you were being sarcastic now, I think. She didn't say nothing to me at all, and I didn't want to say nothing to her because...
Well, there's nothing to say.
I'm like,
there you go.
He's going to bite my fucking head off, and I was sober as
There's
well.
your 300-pound gift.
You know what? If I'd have had a couple of drinks, I could have made some kind of joke or something, but I'm stone cold sober. Like fucking...
Right.
She's going to come... Anyway, so you got out of the car. Yeah, she was waiting for you at the...
Drunks, am I right?
Sipping on his so-calls, his aim's all blurry. Coke and darts, what a disaster story. Gary Baker, you should quit. Dog, we're dodging, you're not fit. You're drunk at every game, it's a joke. Give it up, Gary, it's time to have a smoke.
That's not the main event story.
That's not the main event.
I would say the main event story was about 3 weeks ago from now.
Yeah, what is it today? Like early June, first weekend in June we're recording. This was 16th of May. I'll never forget the date.
Yeah, and see, so this has kind of happened to me before. Not this flavor of stoppage. This was different. But so we leave the bar, and it wasn't even a half mile down the road.
Did we have a good time at the bar?
Yeah,
we were thrilled.
We did.
We were thrilled because we had just done the impossible.
Oh, that's fucking true.
That's the start of the story.
Okay, then we'll rewind. So this night was actually big for us because we were going for the win in our league, and it was one of those weird things where we were getting our fucking ass kicked.
We needed 7 out of 15 games to win the league.
And it wasn't looking good.
We were like 8-3 down at one point, getting the ass raped.
Yeah, I think we had to win like the last
4 in a row.
something like that, right? So it comes down to the last dart of the last game. We win that. So we're like, fuck yeah. Let's go fucking celebrate. We're going to go fucking... Because it was awesome. Like, we won the league by a game or two.
By 2 games.
Yeah,
If we'd have lost 9-6...
We would have tied but lost the tiebreak.
Yeah, we would have come second. But we knew we only needed 7, and we were 8-3 down at one point, and then won 5 in a row, or 4 in a row.
Yeah, to take
So we were pretty fucking pumped up.
So we're like, we're going to go fucking celebrate, right? And it wasn't even a half fucking mile down the road, right? You know, lights behind you. And I remember, and so we usually drink there and on the way back.
Yeah.
We have a cooler and we're drinking, open container drinking, way there, way back. So there's been a problem at one of the dart bars, Boomers, up in North Kansas City, with entrapment. Big time. You'll see cops. I remember John, one time I didn't drink that day. I forgot what it was. I forgot what happened, but I didn't drink. And I was telling John, I go, hey, I'm going to stumble like crazy to the car and see if this fucking cop across the road takes the bait. And I just absolutely, maybe I look too fucking dumb or something, but there's always like cops sitting directly across from that bar and they nail people. And then it's fucking entrapment. I mean, it's what it is, you know, you're not. So anyway, and I've always said, like, when it comes to like fucking DUIs, and I hope Sean listens to this because he's the most fucking moronic DUIs I've ever fucking heard, is if you're going to get a DUI, make them open that present. Don't tell them shit. Make them earn that shit. And in the case of Sean, hey, no left turn here. Let's fucking do it. Let's just see what happens. Hey, man, have you been drinking? Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? You have? No, I didn't. Well, you're fucking toast. Okay. Leave fucking Darby's house after a rousing night of anal sex. You fucking, you just blow through the stop sign, right? Have you been drinking? Yeah. What the fuck, dude? 2 DUIs in 2 weeks? That's a pretty good fucking pace. Well, you're Michael Jordan of fucking DUIs at this point.
Right. He was rushing home to get some salve on that asshole after that anal.
We must have got 50 yards from the bar we were at.
Oh, yeah. And so when the cops was behind us, we didn't even think it was for us.
I saw the lights. I said, I hope that's not for us.
Right.
And it was.
So we kept going a little bit just to kind of make sure, oh, yeah, they're following, right? So we pull over in a fucking restaurant.
Restaurant parking lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pull over in a restaurant park, and we're scrambling.
Because we got 2 open beers in the fucking cup holders in the car.
I'm throwing them underneath me. I'm like, all right, just be cool. Because we don't know what the fuck's going on, right? We really don't. So maybe me and you we'll try to see if the stories connect. I mean, we're side by side. So cop number 1 comes up. He's got backup quickly.
Well, he saw your open container and he called for backup straight away. Okay. He saw your open container in the car.
So basically, he asked for your license. He came to you, asked for your license, then came around, asked for my license. He's like, "Hey, can you grab that open can of beer underneath you, bud?" And I go, "What the fuck? It rolled back or some shit." You know what I mean? Who knows? When you're in a rush, the last thing you really want to do when you get pulled over is start like looking too demonstrative nowadays. Like, I'm grabbing my AR, motherfucker. It's time. But so he said, grab the beer. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Right. So now he's got backup. Right.
2 cars now.
So that's 2 cars, but that's not all.
Nope.
No, that's not all. So they go, why, do you know why we pulled you over?
Right.
And I've been pulled over for this twice, drunk as shit. License plate light.
License plate light. Yeah, my tag light was there. I didn't know, obviously.
And that's just giving them a fucking reason, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a reason. And they showed you, right?
Yeah, it was out. I've replaced it like the next fucking day. I went to AutoZone and got another one, but it was out. So
anyway, so they're talking. It's doing that weird little, you're in purgatory. You don't know what's going on. It's taking a while to talk. And Gary's like, "Hey, am I fucked?" And I go, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know yet, man. I go, I don't really understand the fucking situation right now, right?
I was at that point.
I mean, we're not fucked.
No,
we're lubed up.
I think I'd had 7 or 8 whiskeys and at least 3 shots. So I knew if he fucking breathalyzed me, I was going to jail. I felt okay-ish. I was definitely tipsy, maybe a little past, but I wasn't like wasted. I knew if he fucking started doing that fucking follow my finger bullshit, I was probably in trouble.
So they come back, talk to me a little bit. 2 more fucking squad SUVs come up.
Yep. With
dogs.
Yeah.
They're all in full fucking SWAT gear too.
Yeah.
They're armored up. They are armored up.
And I didn't notice the dog. What caught my attention was, and this has never happened to me before in a traffic stop, the cop opened all 4 doors and the trunk and the hood of the car, like everything. And then,
they searched the fuck out of it.
Oh, I had that dog in there sniffing everything.
So after they told us to step out. And they frisked us. He's like, "Do you have anything that's going to poke, prod, whatever?"
Go stand over here.
Yeah, and I go, "Well, I got darts in a dart case or whatever." So for whatever reason, I got real talkative.
I'm trying to say as little as possible.
Yes,
I'm looking in the other direction to the cop. Yeah. When the cop's talking to Jim, I'm looking in the other direction because I'm like, I don't need him to smell my breath.
Yeah. So whatever, I'm just talking to the guy, answering whatever. So then the dogs start in on your car. And Gary's like, "What are you doing?"
I said to the cop, "What are you doing? You won't find any drugs in there."
And they're like, "No, we're going to search it because we found open containers.
That gives them the right to search your car."
Which, fair enough, whatever. So then we're still kind of, "Hey, what's going on here?"
I'm waiting
dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
For him to ask me how much have you had, because you'd already told him you'd been drinking. And he
what?
Open container. Yeah, I was waiting for the cop to say to me, "How much have you had to drink?" And I was going to say, "Nothing."
Well, I kind of got to land on the grenade when it's like fucking right there. Whatever.
Well, I told him straight away when we saw the lights and realized it was for us. I said, "Jim, these drinks are yours if they ask."
Because he knows I'll be better in prison. So anyway, there was a time there where I went from like, man, we're 90% cool to like seesaw. I go, ooh, because it was looking hairy when you got 4. I go, I don't know, Gary's fucked. I was just so anyway. So we're sitting outside. We're on display. There's so many cars, dude. It was lit up. 4 fucking squad cars with those lights fucking going and dogs and all kinds of shit. It was a scene, dude.
Yeah.
And like workers were coming out to be like, "What the fuck's going on?" And we're talking. And for whatever reason, the motherfucker goes, "Yeah, just give us a little bit longer and we'll get you out of here." And I kind of side-eye Gary and I go,
well, I'm still at that point thinking, as soon as he fucking tries to talk to me, it's going to be obvious I'm a little bit drunk. Yeah. And then he's going to make me do that fucking backwards alphabet bullshit. And I'll be like, "What? I can't even do that when I'm sober."
Well, I mean, they do the backwards alphabet, but they do the light in the eyes.
Yeah,
they do the
I was
walking.
waiting for that.
They didn't do shit. They mainly talked to me.
Yeah. And I was trying not to talk to them on purpose.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, they search the fuck out of his car. They make him come up and like show shit. They found all this fucking open container shit, right? So he walks up to me and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "You're from Missouri." He's like, "You can tailgate there." He's like, "But don't do that here." He's like, "We're going to leave you with a warning."
Kansas. Yeah.
He's like, "Don't do this in Kansas anymore." And I go, "Okay, that's fine." And it's funny because this part, I go, well, because they're letting you off. So I did this weird fucking awkward shit, but I shook the cop's hand. But there's a row of fucking 4 cops. So then you got to go, oh, fuck. Yeah, thanks, Todd. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, I don't know. I was going to shake the dog's paw or whatever at this point. You know what I mean? Just for letting us fucking off.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. He said, I'll give you a warning for the tag light, but you're free to go. And I almost wanted to say to him, are you sure? You haven't done your job, have you?
So I immediately looked up Kansas law and open container. Me? I should have been gone. If you look up open container law, even me, it doesn't matter where I'm from. If it's in Kansas, I go to jail. Yeah. And they found multiple.
Even the passenger?
Yes, even the passenger. And I sent him. I sent him the law and everything. And I go. There's no reason we should both be in jail. They never asked this motherfucker if he drank.
Not once. I was waiting for it. I was going to say no, of course not. But, I mean, it was obvious I had. But, yeah, at no point. I was waiting for him to ask me. And then I thought, I'm going to say no. Then he's going to say, well, would you agree to these fucking hop, skip, and jump bullshit tests? And I thought, I thought as soon as I saw the lights in the mirror and realised it for us, I thought I was going to jail. I'm like, well, that's it. So I pulled my car off into it was on a kind of a main road we were at.
Yeah.
So we drove a bit further, pulled off into this parking lot
Which
restaurant.
he was pissed about.
Yeah, the cop was like, you should have
stopped.
stopped.
He's like, you got to pull over way sooner than that.
I'm like, I was trying to get my car off the road.
I was like, I was giving roadhead, sir. I was just trying to finish up.
But my main reason for that was like, where am I going to leave my car while I'm in jail? Because I thought for sure we were going to...
Oh, yeah, I thought we were fucked. Obviously, something else was going on.
Oh, yeah, they thought I was fucking El Chapo or something.
Yeah.
That my car must match the description of a known drug dealer in the area or something, because...
I've never had a police officer, like, even when I was getting drunk test, sobriety checked, I've never had them lift up the hood looking for contraband and shit.
Yeah, they were looking in the engine, and they had the dog, and it felt like when you look back on it now, it felt, and they didn't seem to care that much about the open container or how much we had to drink. They didn't seem to care. It was like they were expecting to find a big old brick of cocaine or something.
Absolutely.
And when they didn't, they're like, okay, you're not the one. Get out of here so we can stop the next blue fucking car that comes through.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I felt after it was all done, because there's no reason. They got us.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I said. When I saw the lights and realized it was for us, I thought immediately, okay, I'm going to jail. Jim's going to have to catch an Uber home.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn out that way. But didn't you say something as well about your private security license? Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah. Well, okay, so El Tejon's back real quick. So now that you've heard the story, I posed this question to you. 4 cars, they're all, well, 2 of them are all squatted out with K9s, fucking SWAT shit on.
Semi-automatic weapon.
Oh, yeah, on their on them.
Yeah.
What do you think it was? What do you think that stop was? Because me and him, the only thing we can formulate is it really wasn't for us. They happened to catch us, and we should have been fucked.
That's interesting. I wonder if they were out looking for another vehicle with a similar description.
That's exactly what he thought.
Because typically SWAT is not out doing...
It was SWAT.
Random
and they were
stuff.
on us quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, SWAT only gets called out for a particular reason.
Yeah.
Or maybe they thought we had guns or something.
They were booted up, dude.
Oh, they were ready to go.
It was wild.
And the 2 drug dogs sniffing all over the car and everything.
Yeah, our assholes.
Yeah. And I thought, this is it.
Gary was putting peanut butter in.
I had coffee in my pants and everything.
But I mean, it has to be because they did catch us. They had us. He could have been gone, and I could have been gone due to Kansas law. So I mean, we're thankful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we're gonna keep doing the same shit.
But the wrap on that story is that this was down in Shawnee Mission. So we drove all the way back to Danny's, which is, 25 miles from here?
Yeah, and we were going to celebrate.
We were going to go into Danny's, the bar, to celebrate.
Celebrate not going to by drinking more.
And suddenly I couldn't find my wallet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I know that cop asked me for it when we were stood there by that wall. I bet I left it on that fucking wall. So I dropped him off with his car.
I just went home.
I drove all the way back to Shawnee Mission. still pretty buzzing. Drove all the way back to see if I could find my wallet on the wall. It wasn't there, so I'm like, fuck, I got to call the credit card companies and all that bullshit. I get home and happen to open my glove box and my wallet is in there. And I'm like, I don't remember putting it away. I think the cop put it away, or I don't even remember, to be honest.
Yeah, who knows?
But
you get frazzled in that. You know, you feel weird after all that.
yeah, but we were going to go celebrate another. We were going to celebrate not getting in. Put
That's
in
what
jail
drunks do.
for drinking by more drinking.
Yeah. But I mean, is that what you would think? They're probably just maybe just a stereotype in the area, and they were just.
Oh, this was overkill for sure.
Oh no, this was crazy for just a normal license.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I've
Have you ever had your hood popped looking for contraband?
no.
You've maybe had brushes with the law. We won't. Maybe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
but yeah, it was different. They looked up and down his car, inside out. They found AirPods he didn't know he had in there. That was his stepdaughters and everything. They were bringing him everything. They had it on blocks and everything, man.
But yeah, that was crazy. And that's actually I got pulled over before, not long after I got that Camry. I'd had a few drinks then, and as soon as I saw the lights, I had the same thought in my head. There's a story here. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking and driving, but that cop pulled me over. It was right. I still had the temporary tag on the Camry I've got, and it was the first car I'd had that had like a nice screen with touch screen.
Yeah.
So I'm driving home and I'm touching the touch screen, trying to figure out what I want to listen to. Apparently, I was swerving a little bit. Cop pulled me over, and he says, "How much have you had to drink?" Nothing. And I got my wife on the phone, like on the speaker, because I thought as soon as they say you're under arrest, she'll know where I'm going.
I've done that too. Yeah.
Anyway, so he's like, okay, I'll let you off with a warning. You got to be careful with these cars with the touch screen. Don't operate it while you're driving. I'm like, all right, thank you.
I've actually had El Tejon on the phone when I thought I was going to get murdered.
What? Tell us that story.
No, I don't think I can.
Oh, we're on YouTube now, right?
Well, yeah, but
That's not a story you share with a whole lot of people.
no, that's just a blanket statement.
So if he'd have hit the pop of the gun, he'd have been like, "Bye, Jim."
I've been stopped several times by cops, and Mormon can attest to this. This is after his 2 DUIs. We are at a stoplight that's like notorious for not turning, and I sat there for like 2 or 3 minutes. Which is an eternity, really. When
you're waiting for it.
And like we saw cars before us do it, but I was like, we'll wait it out. You know, there's nothing going on. So I was like, fuck it. Let's go. Immediately. Boom. Lights hit, right? Mormons shitting his pants as usual, right? He's like, man, I'm going to run. I'm going to get out of here. I'm like, that's probably not the thing to do. Just chill. I'm like, you're not even the fucking driver.
But so he's a passenger. Did he have an open container?
No, I don't think so.
So why would you run?
Yeah, but he was like, he's like, I'm gonna run, and he was kind of close to home. I was like, yeah, I don't know, you just get shot down for no reason. So anyway, there's this cop that had like a real fucking Russian name. You know, he comes up, he's like, you know why I'm stopping you? I'm like, probably because I ran that red that wasn't turning. He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, true. So after a while, he comes back and he's like, hey, he's like, and I'm wrecked. Gone.
You showed him your
fucking gone. No, they know you have it. So he's like, I ran you. He's like, so you used to have a fighter's license? And I'm like, yeah. Because they know any license you get. And he was like, yeah. He's like, and you have a private security license. I go, yeah. And this, I'll never forget. He goes, thanks for your service or whatever. And I go,
he saluted you?
Yeah, he fucking saluted me.
Well, keep in mind, he's Russian.
Well, right.
They don't care about military, but they love their fighters.
Yeah. So he literally, I go, thanks, man. And I had like fucking 40 beers that night. I was fucking trash.
Just burning the tires.
And Sean, he can tell you, he was like, what the fuck, right? So anyway, leaving.
Sean was halfway to his house by then.
No, he'd been shot in the leg.
So I ran him over.
He'd been shot in the leg, so he couldn't run very well.
Right, he was limping. And I finished him off. But anyway, so we were leaving Argosy. And this is a story I don't think I've told. we were leaving Argosy. Me and the wife were leaving Argosy, and a Riverside cop, pulls us over. He's like, your tags are expired, and I go, oh, no way, right? And so he checks and everything. He's like, you got 2 different plates on your cars. He's like, and they're both expired, right? I go, what? So anyway, he's like, well, I ran you. He's like, you got no convictions or anything? He's like, you got a private security license? Like, these, if anyone, always renew your license. It's like $123 a year. But it's worth it, right? Always renew it. I keep mine on me. It's good. It's good till like May of next year. I'm good. And they just think this is great. You know what I mean? They just let you go. So anyway, at the apartment complex we were in, someone just stole both of our plates and switched them with. That's the moral of that story.
Oh, lovely.
Someone stole both of our plates and screwed on the fake plates.
Expired ones?
And when we told the insurance, they, like, one of the people were from Independence. And
my wife always does that thing when you get the new sticker. She raises it through so no one can peel it off. But that's different, like stealing the whole fucking tax.
No, they stole the whole plate. Yeah, so they had to have time and shit. But I mean, are you always looking at your vehicle? I mean, Ring doorbells help, but this was back in the day before any, like, you know.
I mean, rarely. I'd probably notice if I was around the back. But if I come out of my house, get in my car and drive away, probably not.
We'll finish this podcast with a lot of our after party stuff is at, well, really the only thing that's really open sometimes is Hooters.
Yeah.
What the fuck has happened to Hooters?
What do you mean?
Well, when I was a young man, when you would go into Hooters, it'd be hot chicks, right? You'd go in there and be like, oh shit, you know, chicks with tits, fake tits, you know, booty shorts, shit like that. You know, it was kind of guilty pleasure type stuff, right? Well, what the fuck has happened to Hooters?
Well, we went in there one time. Do you remember? We sat at the bar, and the gal behind the bar was like 8 months pregnant. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we went another time, and she had like her diabetes.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Gary, being a gentleman, goes, hey, what's that tattoo on your leg? She goes, what tattoo? And she goes, oh, this diabetes?
Yeah, it was one of them little things, you know, where it looks like a little white disc, but you put your iPhone against it and it tells you your blood sugar. She had it like a tramp stamp on her leg or something. I'm like, what does that white disc mean? Is that some kind of yin-yang bullshit? Yeah. She said, no, that's for measuring my blood sugar. I'm like, oh, well, that's fucking sick.
I thought you were supposed to put that shit on your
arm. I thought I've always seen it on the arm. Her shit was on the leg.
It was on my leg.
So this is no bullshit. Me, Zach, and Gary, we were at Hooters one night. And so, you know, a chick walks up. And so when women do the, hey, what age am I? You know, it's my birthday. And, you know, it's always like, okay, you know, you're working on your birthday and all that shit. And so, you know, guess what age am I? And I'm sitting here, I'm looking at her. I'm like, I don't know, 34. But you can't say that, right? And so,
but you did, but
no, I said like I knocked it down. We all were way off.
I was trying to be polite. I thought she looked about 22, 23. I should have said 58.
Yeah. Bitch was like, what, 18? Just turned 18, 19 or some shit. She's like, nah, I'm 18, and we're going.
We ordered beers or something. She's like, I gotta get.
I can't touch these.
I gotta get the okay from my manager to bring them out.
Yeah, can't touch them. But yeah, like what age? I'm like, oh, you know, that's a slippery slope right there. Guess my weight, guess my age, guess my body count. You know, like you're like, ugh.
The same night that we actually played the league match at Jocks that you remember with the dude in the bathroom.
Maybe.
And then the waitress.
So I was pretty horned
up. The gal
up.
behind the bar at Jocks took such a liking to Zach that when he said, "Can I have my tab?" she's like, "Don't worry, I'll pay it."
Yeah.
He got a free fucking, like, he'd had 4 or 5 drinks, right? And she said, "Don't worry, I'll pay it."
Yeah.
But she was like twice his age, though. She was probably early 50s.
There's a guy at Jocks who looks like Gary if Gary
there is. Yeah, my
went to the buffet for a year straight.
No, that's not fair. He's not that much fatter than me.
He's a big boy.
But he looks just like me. And we both look like Peter Griffin from Family Guy, honestly.
I mean, and it's weird because, like, I'd be like, Gary's at the bar. Wait, but Gary's throwing. This is fucking Inception. It's some kind of Inception. You're like, and haven't you taken a picture with him before? Maybe
I don't think I have it, but
yeah,
but possibly, yeah. When you go to the steakhouse, if the gal says, "Well, I'm not allowed to touch the beef," you're like,
yeah,
"What the
and
fuck
then
are
you leave.
working here
Yeah,
for?"
yeah. Why is my dick out?
Gary Baker, he's a proper mess. Throws darts like he's in distress. Oh yeah. SoCo and Coke, his drink of choice. But it's a shame he can't find his voice. Gary Baker, give it up, mate it up. Darts ain't your game, it's a sad state, sad state. You stumble around drunk all the time. It's clear to see you should quit the grind.